All right, so first let's go over, the logic and what we're setting up here so you understand what it is we're doing. So first we need a trigger volume that checks if the player's in that volume. This should be very familiar to you already. This we set up in the wind turbine as well as you use it for your entryway, right? So basically just when we're in the volume, we're going to have this private Boolean changing it from true to false, basically when I enter and exit the volume. Then we're going to, first we're going to need the tire that we snapped in place. Now you might be asking yourself, why do we need access to this tire? The reason is because we want to first make sure that tire has been snapped into place, right? Because we don't want the hubcap to appear before the tire is there. We want to first make sure our tire's in place, then the hubcap goes on. All right, so that is our static object that we use from the snapping, right? That's that one that's going to be enabled when the physics object enters that volume. So that's what our public game object tire check is that static tire. And then we also basically have the same concept for our hubcap, right? We have the hubcap we collected in our that goes into our inventory, and a completely other hubcap that's just disabled that we want to enable when the player collects the hubcap and presses E in that trigger volume. Okay, so we're going to have this function, the attach hubcap, being called every frame in update, and then down below we're going to have that listed out here. So this function is going to start by checking if they're in the volume and they press the E key, right? That should look familiar to you. And if they are in the volume and press E, we're going to check if this tire, right, the tire check if that's active in the hierarchy. So if it is active in the hierarchy, right, we want to make sure the tire is there, and then we're going to use that get pickup amount. So the scraps HUD inventory is another singleton, another instance. So we can do scraps HUD inventory dot instance dot get pickup amount, the inventory item we want to check for. And we want to check to see if it's greater than or equal to 1. Right, so make sure your hubcap right here is the exact same as how you put in your type name. If you put in a lowercase c or if you put in no space, you got to make sure that's the exact same, or this function isn't going to actually find the hubcap in your inventory. So if the tire is in the inventory, it's already been snapped in place, and we have at least one hubcap, right there you can see again, make sure those match exactly. So if that is the case, we're going to enable our static hubcap that we want to appear. We're going to actually remove the hubcap from our inventory, and then we're going to just send another message to the console letting us know that the hubcap has been attached, right? And we're going to put the good type to show the player that's positive feedback. And then from there, we're going to actually destroy this game object. And now you might be wondering, okay, but we're going to destroy this game object. What is this? This is our trigger volume. This is going to prevent the player from standing at the tire and pressing E multiple times and removing all of their hubcaps. So once they've attached one hubcap, they're going to, and this function has been run, we're going to destroy this trigger volume so it only happens one time.